All right, so Les Carpenter's reporting that two people that he spoke to, who spoke on the condition of anonymity, said that Gruden's job is in danger, but he would not be fired this week, okay? So that, to me, that tells me, that makes sense. To me, that tells me we're officially in week-to-week mode with Jay, and I like Jay, but he's not going to survive week-to-week mode starting in week 4. It's not going to happen. And I know they haven't made an in-season change in years, maybe since going back to the
Snyder's
Robisky.
never done it. Yeah.
Well, I think he did it with Robisky, right? He fired Norv.
Well, yeah. That was way early.
That's the only time. But I believe the report. I think he's in win-now mode, big time. They're good. If they lose to the Giants is winnable, but if they lose to them, they're going to get massacred by the Patriots. I'd bet everything I own on it. And I don't know how you could bring him back for that Miami game. That's the perfect spot to relieve him of his duties. I don't know. Maybe you upgrade O'Connell. I don't know. And then that's probably where you give Haskins his first crack.
Yeah, the Dwayne thing is interesting on that front. Comes down, I think he's ready, but like spot, hey, here's your intro to the NFL. Congrats, you get the Dolphins. Doing this before New England seems like a silly idea because I don't know that a rookie quarterback has ever beaten Belichick. There's some stat like that. It's if anyone has, it's like one or two
What
guys.
about the J aspect of it,
the
though?
J aspect of it, yeah, I think that is also the right play. You're going to get probably blown out. And it's going to be at home. You're going to get booed off the field, and I don't know how much front offices think like that, but I certainly wouldn't put it past them to think like that. Like, what's the point of doing this now? And
give O'Connell a tryout.
By the way,
that's
Craig,
the other thing. Yeah.
I don't, and you can talk on this. I don't think it's going to be booed off the field because I think it's going to be 80% Patriots fans. You
That's
talked to
also
about
true.
this during pregame. If there was 60% Bears fans, it's only going to be greater by the time they get to the Patriots.
Oh, New England's going to be because those fans travel. Chicago fans travel like okay.
Yeah.
New England fans are.
They're going to own
insane.
it. They're going to own it.
It's going to be. I don't know if it'll be as bad as Philly last year at the Week 17, but it's going to be really bad. But we'll see obviously how they play against the Giants. But I don't think even if they go smoke the Giants in New York, is any Redskins fan going to be like, oh, now I'm in, I'm going to buy tickets?
Right.
So, but real quick back to the coaching thing too. I don't know that elevating O'Connell's 100% the right play because he's never even called plays.
Right.
And so I think there's a chance that you elevate Callahan on a temporary basis, knowing that he's not your guy long term, but you let Kevin call plays, and then if you want to elevate Kevin in the offseason, you do then. And it's kind of like what Cleveland did last year with Greg Williams. So there's some things to figure out if we get to that point as well. But I do think, back to the original point, Miami would be the time to do that if you're going to make that change if the next 2 weeks don't go drastically different than the first 3.
Craig, what's the latest on the Adrian Peterson sideline drama late in the game, if any updates?
Yeah, I don't know anything. I was talking to Josh Norman when Adrian was talking after the game, and I was told he didn't say anything crazy. I think he's just a frustrated guy who can't believe they're 0-3 and would like to see the ball more, certainly, but they're not in a position to give him the ball more, and he wasn't that good last night. I don't know. He hasn't broken 30 yards in either of the 2 games, I don't believe. So Chris Thompson, the way they're running their offense right now, being down a ton, they're kind of in more of that hurry-up mode. The runs that they had that were successful last night were more of the Chris Thompson style of runs. So I mean, it's not like I think Adrian stinks. It's not like any of that. Adrian's been a pro, but he's also super competitive. And so yeah, if he's mad, if you're not mad on the sidelines last night, what are you? Or do you care? That doesn't bother me at all.
Joined by Craig Hoffman, a Redskins beat reporter. You can check out his columns at thefandc.com. A lot of hype about this defense coming into this season. Couple of guys I want to get your take on because you watch the film after games. You talk to people. Are Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, Matt Ioannidis, some of these guys, are they overhyped? Are they not as good as what we thought?
No. I wouldn't say. Obviously, really played, so I'll have to watch the tape back and see how he played last night. Line play is the hardest thing to watch live, unless it's like Khalil Mack. Oh, good game. Got it.
Right, you're good. We know you're good.
Yeah, we got he. I feel pretty good that Khalil Mack's going to come away with a good grade on tape. But John Allen barely played. Payne's actually been pretty good. I think there's certainly been times where he's been moved in the run game, but it's always by a double team, and he's going to have to get better at some of that stuff to at least hold the point of attack against double teams. But he is, when the pressure has come this year, it has been generally from him. He's certainly, and the way he pursues screens and stuff, it's freakish, the athleticism he has for a guy his size. Ioannidis has had an okay year, I would say. He certainly, I think, was better last year, but part of that is Allen not being there. He's the perfect complement to John and Duran, and when he's when he gets bumped up a spot, it's a lot harder. And so I don't think those guys have been overhyped. I think there's been some issues elsewhere when they've had to sub, and I think the edges have not been not been great. Obviously, Kerrigan has yet to do much of anything this year. Sweat gets the sack last night. I think Montez has played the run fairly well, but there's certainly been a lot left to be desired. So yeah, I think that they need to be better for sure, but atrociously bad, and specifically Payne, I think has been fairly good.